definitely a crowd favorite here.
I like this fight a lot. I think it's going to be a good fight.
Well, it's the perfect fight for Ben Smith to have because it's the guy that he does not want to take down and lay on.
Right.
Because he will be in trouble if he does that.
And honestly, that's a sign of really good management, is just making sure you're getting your guys fighters that, you know, give you different stylistic matchups and, you know, make you have to fight different game plans, you know, and it really makes you train certain areas of your game. And, you know, it's kind of weird, you know, I can relate to my first 3 fights in Bellator. I've been against 2 Division I All-American wrestlers and a NAIA national champ. If you watch my fights, you know, in the regional scene, I took most people down. I have not shot 1 takedown in the Bellator cage, which is kind of cool because, you know, the general public doesn't even know that, you know, I've got the wrestling in me. So, you know, that's, again, that's a testament to good management, and looking forward to seeing what Ben does with this opportunity.
Absolutely. You gotta remember, Ben's been to the big show already, too.
His opponent, the champion,
Ben Smith has?
RFA. I mean, he's fought on a big show before, and he got knocked out cold.
I saw that by Mike Biggie Rhodes. I've actually trained with Mike Biggie Rhodes at Rufus Ford.
Yeah?
Yeah, when I was there for the
He's a bad man.
He is a bad man.
Howe it's quite impressive what he's been able to do, because I'm pretty sure I've seen him north of 300 pounds.
Yeah,
before.
he weighed over 300 pounds at one point. And now he's fighting at 170.
And that couldn't have been that long ago.
It wasn't. I mean, because he fought at, when he fought his first comeback fight, I want to say it was 205 too, wasn't it?
205 or heavyweight.
Now we said that, you know, the ladies love Mikey Zimmer, but I gotta think they love Ben Smith too.
Oh, absolutely. Look at that beard.
Guy's just incredibly handsome. I'm not ashamed to say that. He's definitely the better looking fighter in this matchup. You know, I don't think Howe would, you know, take any offense to that either.
Once again, this is a five-minute round fight for the welterweight driller championship. And Minnesota MMA News, I think, was on this belt.
Sure.
Were they?
Yeah, I saw him. I saw it on there. I didn't know. Sometimes it just pops up.
Ben Smith looks definitely like the bigger of the 2 fighters coming in, probably weighing around 190, 195 pounds, if I were to guess, walking into the cage.
I don't know how much he cuts, you know? He looks like he could cut more. He's a thick dude.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are just moments away from the Driller Promotions Sterling Entertainment Group main event of the evening. This will be 5-minute rounds in the welterweight division, and is for the welterweight championship. At this time, I need to know, Minnesota, are you ready to go?
Yes.
Yes, this place is a packed house right now.
Introducing first, the red corner, sitting 5 feet 10 inches tall, weighing in at 170 pounds, representing the Warriors Cove and fighting out of Coon Rapids, Minnesota. Holding a record of 8 rounds and 2 losses, Howe.
Both guys bring a crowd.
And his opponent in the blue corner, the other challenger, sitting 5 feet 11 inches tall, weighing in at 170 pounds, representing the Academy and fighting out of Minneapolis, Minnesota. Holding a record of 9 wins and 2 losses, Ben Smith.
Ben Smith is veteran here, but how old is Ben Smith? 34? 33, 34?
I don't think it's quite that, but yeah, he's
up there?
He's like 30,
Okay.
I think. Here we go. Very interested to see what Smith's strategy in this fight is. That's trouble right away. going to go to sleep standing up, isn't he?
I don't think he's got it
no,
locked.
I think he does have it locked, but I think he's waiting for Smith to make a move.
Yep, I saw him sink it in pretty deep right away.
Yeah, it's in there good. It's
Smith's struggling right now. You can definitely tell.
Howe is right where he wants to be right now. This is dangerous.
If you're Ben Smith, what would you do there?
Well, I would try to get my head out and break free personally.
Right.
There's really nothing in Nate Howe's stand-up game that would make me not want to keep the fight there. Like we mentioned in the last fight too, this being a five-minute round, you know, Howe can be here all day long. So, you know, Ben's expanding a lot of energy right here. Not really sure what he's trying to do with it, whether he wants to take it to the ground or...
Nate's going to walk up that cage and adjust his position.
Yes, he is. He's doing just that. Ben's the beast he is, but he's carrying all of Nate's weight right now. There he goes, gets the head out. Now Nate looking for the takedown.
Nice.
Solid knee by Nate.
Nice knee. Waiting for that.
Uh-oh. Hey, that's deep.
I think Nate knows where he's at there. He's coherent there, so.
Yeah, he's
looking
not trying to
for
fight it.
Yeah. Must not be under the chin. Nate looking for a trip takedown.
Now it's trouble. No, Nate's all right.
Here. Nate's bleeding here.
Probably from that knee, maybe?
Yep.
And now Nate is out of danger.
He's bleeding. Do see quite a bit of blood coming out of that nose.
That knee was kind of there for a while. I was like,
Yeah,
when are you going to throw it, dude?
Yeah, I wonder if Ben's going to use defense here or what his game plan is. Yep, Ben scoops up.
Oh, wow.
Nate got a little impatient here.
I still would not follow Nate to the ground if I am Ben Smith.
Nate bleeding quite a bit out of that nose. I'm curious.
Busted.
Was that by that knee?
Yeah, it had to have been. I think that's the only shot that's really landed yet. Ben smelling blood. Ben looking for a finish.
Literally. Big shots from Ben from top.
I see Nate dive under this leg quite a bit in competitions. You know, it's a much different position when you're in a fight than it is when you're in a jiu-jitsu competition. You can sit underneath that leg and try to reap, but as you can see, Ben utilizing those elbows, and there's really no way for Nate to protect himself. So he may want to think about a different strategy, putting an instep in, finding an underhook, and coming up, because Ben's teeing off pretty good here. Nate looking for a knee bar.
And Ben is staying smart. You know, he's staying in control.
Beautiful posture.
Well, Nate's been waiting for him to make a big mistake, and he hasn't done it.
Yeah.
Got that leg again, though.
I was a little surprised how quick Nate pulled that guillotine, but at the same time, not surprised. I know this is where he wants to fight. Nate's resilient too, so I don't think this broken nose is really going to stop him from going 5 rounds here and coming out trying to win this fight.
Well, you know, let's face it too. Nate probably figures he's going to be better off on his back if that guillotine does fail. It doesn't matter. He's probably going to be better off his back.
Right, low risk maneuver for him. Guy like myself, I don't like to sit down there and lose rounds. Yeah. So
I don't either. Especially with big shots like that coming your way.
Right.
Well, and he keeps doing what he said. He keeps hooking that leg and just leaving himself wide open.
Trying to get a look at that nose.
It's bad.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
It's a lot of blood for a nose.
Ben staying very active on top. Good round.
Very good round for Ben Smith. I I wouldn't be
Whoa,
shocked.
whoa, whoa, I was a little bit confused there. Coming over to the corner, Newman handed Nate Howe his towel there, and he went right for the blow, and that's a big no-no when you have a broken nose. You do not want to blow your nose. So let's see if Nate's eyes swell up, and if there's some, Nate wants nothing to do with the doctor or the commission. Nate's ready to go here. This is good to see. But he did take a beating in that round, so.
Yeah, I mean, to me, that's not a 10-8 round, but I can see a judge scoring that a 10-8 round just because of the blood, because, you know.
Ben Smith stayed very active. He's in very dominant position. He's pretty much 3 minutes of that round. So for sure a 10-9 for Ben Smith, if not a 10-8.
Man, Cody Garnis just hit a calf slicer against Matt Gaffney.
Wow. Against who?
Gaffney.
Where does Cody Garnis train out of?
Nowhere right now.
Okay.
He goes down to lacrosse, I think a couple times a week.
I'm really curious to see what Howe's game plan is going to be here. You know, that guard game did not really work out for him as he already goes for a lateral drop and falls into guard here. But, you know, he took a beating from the bottom.
Nice up kick.
This is his game. Ben says, I don't want anything to do with it. Yeah, okay, now he goes back down into it.
Honestly impressed with both guys right now. You know, we knew what Nate could do on the ground.
Right. Yeah, that's what you expect from a main event billing. You know, Ben's got a, from the word on the street, anyways, Ben's got a Bellator contract waiting for him with a victory here tonight. So, you know, Ben's going to bring everything he's got into this cage. You know, he's looking impressive, and he's looking like you would expect a main event billing and like you would expect from a fighter ready to make his move to the next level. That being said, we got 3.5 rounds left. This fight is far from over.
But as they get sweatier and bloodier, submissions disappear. But hold on a second. Ben Smith is so strong. And again, I mean, he just pulls right out of that against a very good jiu-jitsu.
Again, underneath that leg, though, he took about 4 shots because he keeps climbing underneath that leg. That's a risky maneuver here in the sport of MMA. You know, and I saw Howe grapple with Robbie Gertrude in the finals of a grappling tournament, and you know, it was a good 15-minute stalemate. It was a submission-only match, and Howe did end up submitting him towards the end, which Robbie is very submittable, as he's proved in his MMA career. But you know, it was a lot of control done by Robbie for the first 15 minutes. So that might be Howe's Achilles, is a really solid wrestling base with really solid hips.
Ben Smith going for the head kick. Nice little takedown by Ben.
Half guard for Smith here as he works with some inside elbows to the body. Looks like he's got bonus head position. Nate's working for an underhook. Neither guy's been able to really implement anything from the feet. Nate's moving forward quite a bit, but all that's really resulted in is getting him taken down a couple times.
Ben's just done a great job with body positioning in this fight so far. Staying in deep to where there isn't any submission there for him.
Yeah, he's kept good posture too.
Nate Shrimps out here trying to work up that body. Like I said, Ben has just stayed in so deep. Kept those hips lined up.
And he's staying pretty active too. He's doing enough to where our referee, Jeremy Ryder, hasn't really threatened to stand up yet. Looking for a stuffed triangle here, Howe is.
It's not having any of that.
Yeah, no luck. I think, you know, he's definitely getting overpowered here.
Hold on, he's going for the omoplata. Omoplata.
Gonna be tight though, like you said, tough. Like
Omoplatas are so hard to get against top-level guys.
Yeah.
And top-level guys who are slippery now.
Right.
And just darn near every submission here, Ben Smith is strong enough to just pull out of it, seems like. That, missing that might hurt Nate mentally.
Right. I don't know, man. I tell you what, I've watched Nate fight quite a few times, and he's a mentally strong individual. You know, anytime
he gets down.
Yeah, and you look at it, you know, a guy coming from 300 pounds to, I mean, look at him right now. Pounces right up. He has no interest in even talking to his corner. He's just probably mad at himself because he lost another round. Again, I'm really surprised he keeps blowing his nose. That's a big no-no, but maybe it's not broken, you know. Maybe there's just a lot of blood coming from there.
I suppose you don't have a lot of broken noses in jiu-jitsu competitions.
No, you don't. I'm thinking John Castaneda should definitely get that ring girl's phone number.
I already have it.
Not a kid.
Like there's a ring car girl that John Castaneda doesn't have the number of.
I'm telling you, to be young again, huh, Ben?
You are young.
I just act really immature. Keeps me young.
You don't look that old either.
No. Super handsome.
What are you, like 40, 45?
I don't even know who they're yelling for.
Miller, I'm hearing. Oh,
just ate a big right hand.
Good
Caught the kick. Oh! Nate Howe with a big overhand right.
I got to imagine this clinch work here is going to favor Ben, as it has throughout the fight. Yep, pulls him into half guard here.
All right. Dan Barrett joining us now.
I get this when I get back.
Yeah. Right.
Dan, your teammate's looking great here.
Yeah, he's doing well to stay away from the submissions. Obviously very dangerous and messing with Nate Howe here on the ground. He's got to watch his legs, especially.
Going to be hard to get. There's a lot of submissions that are kind of done now, I feel like, with these guys slippery.
Well, yeah, they're slippery, but I'm not going to count out any submissions that Nate Howe is.
Correct.
And like you alluded to earlier, Ben, you know,
looking
Ben
armbar
has
here.
just been, Ben's doing a good job of posturing up, keeping good balance with his hips.
And he's freaky
really
strong, too.
Yeah.
I mean, he's pulled out of a lot of some, just cleared muscle out of him.
Staying very active. Every time Nate goes underneath that leg, he's hitting him with 3, 4, 5 shots that are hurting him. Overall, very solid performance here thus far by Ben Smith.
But you're right. I mean, until that final bell sounds, Nate Howe's still dangerous.
Yep, without a doubt.
See,
Going for that leg again.
Goes for the legs. I'm telling you, he's got to.
Hey, sir! Ben's going to explode up here, I think. Or he's going to punch his foot. Does he have the heel hook? Is that what he's...
Yeah, he's got an inside heel hook here.
Going to be hard to finish, isn't it?
Yeah.
Tried to explode, but
Ben doesn't look too uncomfortable here yet. I'm not sure how he's in the position he's looking for yet, but if he does go forward, he goes into a knee bar. Now he's in trouble.
Needs to use his free foot here to try to create space between Howe's legs, open him up and get a little room.
did he switch to the knee bar or no?
Driving knee, heels to the kidney.
Nate
Howe's nose is bleeding profusely out. Some of it's in his eye a little.
Yeah, but Nate Howe, whether or not he finishes this round, he could steal this round, or finishes this fight. He could steal this round with a submission.
Got to put that foot to the floor. He's got control of and get a little posture.
Let it go.
But Al Helms up top in a side control.
And have a hard time keeping Ben Smith down, I would guess.
Yep, I've tried several times. Successful, very few.
It's the first time Nate's been on top, though.
Yep, both guys great grapplers, kind of reverse rolls here. Wrestler on the bottom, jiu-jitsu guy on the top. Gonna spin for north-south choke. He's got the arm in deep underneath.
Ben recognized immediately, though.
He's up. Now he's going for guillotine. One leg over the top. We can't see how tight it is from our position here.
No, and
Looking for the sweep here. I don't think it's very tight.
Ben passes correctly to the opposite side. Still stuck in the legs.
Now he can go back to work on that nose.
Going back to that
leg.
ankle lock, yep. You got it caught again?
Doesn't quite have position for a submission here yet, but he's going to try to move up.
There can't be a lot of time left in this round.
You know, Nate able to find his sweeps right now, though. He's starting to find his groove on the ground.
Win for broke there.
Big swing, misses. Ben controlling posture from underneath. Howe going to look up for Kimura.
It's too late for Kimura.
Ben Smith sweep to end the round.
I'm still giving that round to Nate Howe.
That's a very close round, very tight.
I got a 2-1 right now for Ben Smith. What a display of heart. What a display of heart by Nate Howe. What a great performance by both these guys right now.
This is a great fight.
Absolutely.
This is some high-level stuff, boys.
This is fun.
Championship rounds here. We're going to enter. We'll see what both guys are bringing. The canvas now covered in blood from side to side. Watch that thing for her.
Nate Howe looks ready to go here. Ben Smith don't look tired either. Nate walks right into a punch.
Ate a right hand on the way in, wasn't a ton on it. Fights right through. Clinch here, over under against the cage. Ben Smith very strong in this position.
Nate's sticking to his roots here, wants to get this fight to the ground as quick as he can.
He's in deep on a single. Ben Smith looking for Kimura to defend. He's got Howe against the fence now. Ben Smith now on top in a half guard. It's been a pretty active fight on the ground so far. I think referee Jeremy Ryder's done an excellent job letting them guys work. I mean, they've been pretty active, so not a ton of time to stand up. It's only the one stand up so far, but I mean, with great grapplers like this, you got to let them work on the floor.
Without a doubt, both fighters have engaged the entire time too. Ben's been active the entire time, as well as, you know, Howe seeking submissions. He's throwing just about everything under the sun at him, and hasn't been successful thus far, but great display of technique by both guys. Ben looking to go to side mount here. Pretty much has it for the time being. Howe pushing back on the hip, trying to get his knee in. Now back to half guard.
Trying to use his instep and him up a little here.
There it is.
Again, attacking the leg.
Gonna eat some shots here, though.
There's the calf site. Do you have the calf crusher?
I sort of could here. It's got to be tough to sit on it.
Oh, he let it go.
Yeah, it would have been tough to finish there with the position.
Okay. Better angle than I had.
I don't think he could have controlled him from the back enough. Ben would have been able to switch and kind of get off to the side there, but nevertheless, Howe on top in the side mount. Let's see if Ben Smith can get up here or Howe can work a submission from the top.
Good elbow. Couple of good elbows by Nate Howe here. Just wait, you know, Ben's just kind of waiting for his spot here, and he's going to explode.
And he's got to be careful when he does explode, not to expose himself, give something up. It's a little different than the Wiggs fight when he was turning his back to explode up. You can't do that really as much with a guy like Howe.
Howe looking for a knee mount, unsuccessful, but now looking to rain down. This is
Ben Smith in the turtle. Try to pull his back.
Wow. Listen to this place. He's gonna switch to the arm instead, isn't he?
There's about 30 seconds left in this round.
Can he break the arm free?
Ben Smith circling, defending well. It's tight. It's belly down.
Uh-oh. He's got this.
They're not going to hear the bell in the time. Turns the thumb up, defends.
What a phenomenal fight.
That's the round there.
I got it 2-2.
I
got it
agree with
2-2.
you.
Incredibly close.
I gotta agree with you. Man, Nate Howe is dangerous.
That was a round.
Ben Smith was in some serious pain.
That armbar was very deep, belly down, had a lot of pressure on that. Incredibly close fight here, heading into the 5th and final round. The main event here for the welterweight title.
Wow. Well, you couldn't have had him. On the other side, they thought that Ben tapped. No, I didn't see anything.
No, I didn't see it. I tell you what, you know, if you're an amateur or just an advocate of the sport, jiu-jitsu, etc., wrestling, and you know, you're looking for a display of two combatants here, this is one to watch.
Well, tell me that wasn't a display of heart right there, because that arm bar was done. It was there.
Massive amounts of heart by both individuals. You know, Nate took a beating the first 2 rounds and come back, tie this thing up 2-2 on our scorecards anyway. Let's see who wants to get after it here in the championship round.
Let's see who's got gas left too.
Nate looks to be the fresher fighter.
Yeah, he definitely does. And, you know, is Ben's arm hurt? I mean, there's good short hook.
Nate kind of puts his head down and just goes. He doesn't really, doesn't have much technique to his strikes. He just kind of, he wings them and wants to clinch.
And Ben looking to catch him coming in.
Oh! Big right hand there by Ben Smith. Clinching Ben Smith against the cage now. Over under position, Nate Howe reaching between the legs. Smith over the top with the left hand around Howe's head.
I don't know if any of these have really resulted in Howe getting a takedown. He is about to set him to his butt here, though.
Ben Smith using the Kimura, try to sweep here. Howe still got the leg hook, so Smith cannot switch his hips. And up all the way on top, good elbow from Ben Smith. Interesting position here.
Yeah, Howe's ended up in this Kimura a couple times when he's in that single.
Ben on the arm. Howe spinning now, looking to lock up. Could have a triangle here.
Ben's got to keep that leg at bay there. Looks like he's doing just that.
So the side decides to pull all the way out.
I wonder if Ben's going to come back in.
Halfway through the 5th and final round. Again, a very close fight and a close round here. Smith landed a couple big shots early, and Howe did get a takedown. Ben, however, sweeping and now on top. Howe trying to use the fence.
Ben doing a great job of keeping pressure on Nate here. Not letting him get underneath that leg. Well, there he is underneath it. Needs to make sure he's striking there.
But he's done well to stay square with Howe trying to spin off the fence and get an angle.
Yeah, that's a really good point too. And you know, he's kept Nate up against the fence with that pressure too. Nate's not one that he's not gonna try to, you know, walk up and try and break away. He's looking to keep it down there and try and get underneath something and get a submission going. So,
like we said, at any time, I mean, till the last bell here, he's dangerous.
He's got a minute left to get something done, and right now, he's losing this fight.
Ben Smith passes over into a half guard. It's got a hand trapped underneath.
You're going to have to pull off a limb here to get Ben to submit in the last 30 seconds of the title fight.
He's going to have to put him to sleep. 30 seconds left on my timer here. Going to be a sprint to finish. Howe try to get out of there. Into the full guard right up against the fence. Ben Smith still with heavy pressure. There's a 10-second warning.
Great fight.
Honestly,
great fight.
It's a gutty performance by Ben, and he stayed very smart in that last round and won. You know,
He
didn't need to do anything flashy in that last round.
That's a gutty performance by both guys. I mean, Howe was hurt early, and was cut open in the first round, and took a pounding count in the second as well. Came back, probably won the third and fourth rounds here. It's going to be very close, interesting decision here.
I have it 3-2 for Ben Smith.
I'm going to agree on the score with your scores there. A couple of those rounds very close, though. So
I think
for sure.
Across the board here, we're all in agreement. 3 rounds to 2, right? 48-47 across.
Yeah, and it's like we just said, there's a couple of close ones there. So we'll see how they gave them, but.
I do feel like, though, the rounds that Ben Smith won were
clear wins.
Clear wins. Much more decisive.
That second round could have been a 10-8.
Yeah, could have been, but usually you got to do a lot. Yeah, you never know, though.
I want to see. Yeah, I mean, you got to do
It's got to be a Dan Moret first round RFA fight to get in a 10-8.
You can knock the guy down 3 in a row and not get a 10-8 round, but.
What you should do, though, is finish the guy.
Yeah, that's probably the better idea. Testing out this decision thing lately, it kind of sucks.
Yeah. I'm telling you, man, half night's work is not a bad thing.
Yeah, I did. 18 fights in a row, I did that, and then got more cage time in the last 3 fights than I did 18 before that.
I owe you $7.
Pay up.
Stupid. You want to know what I lost? On the number. That's how I lost.
And the rock, paper, scissors.
Well, yeah, I know.
I don't know, I'm gonna do something really special with this money.
I bet you are.
Ben Pearson pulling out his wallet, looking like he's going to Rick's Cabaret later.
Yeah, it's a stack of ones and a 120 in there for a dance.
Yeah.
Hey.
Let's hear for both these fighters.
His wife's listening. He's not going to Rick's. Jeremy Ryder always into it as much as anybody.
I'm not a strip club fan.
No.
For real. I
Neither.
mean, why? What's the point?
After the completion
See
of a
naked
very
women.
long, grueling 5 rounds, the judges have made their decision. Judge number 1 scoring the bout 49-46. Judge number 2 scoring the bout 48-47. And judge number 3 scoring the bout 48-47. The winner by unanimous decision, the new welterweight champion, Ben Smith!
No surprise there.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I figured that's about what they were going to read, you know.